Okay, here we go. First show of Super Sentai, and definitely going to be the first of many, I hope. So,
First of all, wait 5 weeks. 45 weeks, baby!
Yeah, not long now until we get the first episode, which is going to be great. Okay, so first introductions. I'm Henshin, although my proper name is actually Bryn. So most people actually know me by people in LA call me Henshin. Some people know me as Bryn. So whatever you guys prefer, you're welcome to use. And then with me today, I think everyone knows already, is Elim.
Hello, I am also known as Mark, the Power Ranger concierge. I don't know if I am or not, but I'm going to go with it.
Yeah, seems legit.
Yeah.
Okay, so who have we got with us today? We got Larry, I see you straight away in the chat. We got Blackwing, Noah. Oh, already some of the most popular. Often.
You mean the cool kids?
Yeah, the cool kids. Yeah, they're always there, always there. So it's so great to see everyone. So hopefully now we can. We're only like 1 week. Whoa, is it a week? No.
Yeah.
Well, 4 days for when it actually airs, and then you've actually got like we usually like 1 or 2 days to wait before we can actually get the episode. So everyone's method is perfectly legit. So
I know, right? It's not like we're watching TV shows from Japan early in the morning with giant robots and colourful spandex.
Oh yeah. Okay, so 45th anniversary. It's the best thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be one hell of a season. You can already tell. So hopefully we're going to see a lot of like big stuff coming our way. A lot of seasons possibly returning. What are you hoping to see, Elim?
I am hoping that we get every single mecha in robot form, but like as characters. I don't want to see the giant robots. I want to see them in small mecha form.
Ah, right.
What about you?
Oh god, I'm hoping just for like a lot of abundance in character and definitely a lot of those gimmicks popping up from the gears and finding out what they can do. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's familiar with the story. For those who are not, obviously starts off with the main character who is the Zenkaiger. And then we got obviously him becoming what was his name? There you go, Kaito. There you go, Kaito Goshikida. Now I haven't seen the movie yet, so no idea what the story is yet. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most, seeing how it all comes together. Hopefully episode 1 we'll see us with the introductions, because it does seem like we're gonna have Zenkaiger debuting as well as Zenkaijuran. So that would be the first time, I think, ever when a Super Sentai has only 2 of the Rangers debuting in the first episode. So that would be interesting.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that's what a lot of sources has shown that. So, and a lot of, I think the trailer as I've seen that. So, weirdly enough, even though the other 3 have been shown, there's not going to be a single other edition other than those 2 at the moment. So, yeah, that should be interesting. Hopefully I'm wrong, because it would be great if the other 3 are introduced early. But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
episode 2.
Yeah. Oh, just a little heads up for everyone. I almost forgot to say, if you do want to hit that super chat, that is perfectly great here. We're definitely going to pick up on those straight away. So if you do use a super chat, that would help Illuminerdi a lot. So. Obviously, we're all going to go through as many comments as we can as we see them. So don't worry about if you are not going to be seen, because you will actually get noticed. So
yes,
much like every other stream. So
yep.
No different from any others, just different people this time. The Brits are taking over. Oh, that way.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Where is everyone messaging from? That's probably a good thing to ask, because we're obviously in the UK, so it's a lot different for us, and it's probably morning for you guys. So already a huge difference.
Hello, Lila. Hello, and also a big thank you to Blackwing for saying welcome to the team. Well, glad to be here. And it's like a new show alert from Bryce.
Oh, nice. Adding that extra hype.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
okay.
The question is.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, you go first. I was going to ask a question, but you go first.
No, go on. Go ahead.
No.
Fire over your question.
See, this is literally going to be how to everyone in the chat, it'll be like, no, you go first. No, you go first. 45 minutes. No, it's absolutely fine.
We are polite folk.
Yeah.
Okay, so 44 seasons, so many different seasons to go through, so many different themes, and everyone's got different favorites. So, what's your favorite, Ellen, out of those four?
My my also are we talking Mecca or are we
Oh,
talking
we're talking the shows
about
as a whole. We got,
oh
yeah.
shows Go Kaija?
Oh, yeah. Everyone loves that.
As it. How about you?
Oh, you know what, Tokuja? That was the first season I ever really saw like episode one to episode finale. So that's always going to be my favorite. Obviously, I've seen loads of different seasons. Some I've obviously not been able the chance to watch yet. But yeah, definitely Tokuja is my favorite. What about in chat? Who's got the favorite series that they like to share? Because come on, there's
Yeah.
got to be someone with their favorite season.
Yeah. So far from locations, as you asked earlier, Lila is from. No, I almost said that wrong. Oh, I thought she said New York. No, Blackwing is from New York City,
Oh, damn.
baby. Jez is from 10 a.m. Bryce is from Illinois. Larry's from Missouri. And Lila is watching from. I can't pronounce Arcanus. I don't know the states. Blackwing goes, oh, go Kaija all the way.
That is a good one.
And
Oh, poor
yeah, and
Chizzo. He's recovering from the last COVID shot. Oh no.
yeah,
Prayers with you, dude.
and
Hopefully it's not too much of too much of a harsh one. Yeah. So yeah, damn.
just in and out, just and then you're safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think some of the best sort of like Super Sentais that have come out so far is definitely like a huge list. So obviously the main ones we're going to be seeing a lot of at the moment probably Gal Ranger. Sorry, yeah, Gal Ranger. We're going to see a bit of Magi Ranger involved, Shu Ranger, of course, and hopefully we're going to see a lot of other seasons as well, including obviously Bokenja. So there's going to be
Yep.
a lot of brilliant seasons popping up again. A lot of cameos, as I saw. I believe it was Larry that mentioned that before, so that's going to be great.
Mhm.
Although I don't know
Yep.
how they're going to do that with Japan, because obviously, you know, it's a bit tricky with filming and stuff. But I guess they managed to find a way. So it might not.
Just put them in the suits.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That is true.
ADR.
Yeah. Okay, so now we've got that sort of going. We definitely need to look at a few stuff that we've got coming up. So let's switch. And here we go. Our viewing screen.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay, so the first thing we've got obviously is the actual Zenkaiger theme and gear. So we've definitely got a nice looking morpher there. Did you guess how it was going to work as soon as you saw, or did you have a little trouble with it at first, Ellen?
no, I generally thought it was literally gear in, close, spin or something, and then pull the trigger, and then it's like do 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 do.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm guessing.
yeah.
I haven't actually seen him play it. I think I saw someone with a toy, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to get the toy now because it's so tiny.
Oh, yeah. It is quite a small one, but hopefully it will be a great gimmick that in the show. That's the great thing though about us doing the Sentai show. We don't have to guess what's going to happen with any of these gizmos. They are literally made for this particular use. So unlike
Mm.
Power Rangers adapting it, we're actually going to see exactly what it's made to work like. So that's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, with
I,
all the moment we've only get to see 5 gears. I'm really
mhm.
hoping there's going to be a ton more, but I'm hoping for like a lot more of a selective sort of like appearance rather than, you know, just for different images and stuff like that. But I do like how the changer is not exactly gear themed, but it does have that
Mm.
essence to it. So it's going to be
Yeah.
a great addition to it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think hopefully the mecha influence in this show is going to be a lot more heavy than most. What do you think,
Mm.
Ellen?
I reckon it is. And to answer your question, I reckon there's going to be at least 45 different gears in at least. But now I reckon you're going to see quite a lot. So they'll use the gears, and I reckon it'll just be like we got to combine our Zords together, quick! Just you bring out the Operation Overdrive one, doom, and then it
Yeah.
gains a spade or something like that. I reckon it will just gain the weapons or a slight appearance of it.
Yeah, I am hoping for a bit more like variation with how they use the gears and stuff. Speaking of gears, let's have a look what we've got. So Oh, that's the wrong way. Oh, has it disappeared? I might have disappeared now. Okay, so yeah, different mechas that we've got coming up. See if I can get the right one, because I think it's decided to mess up on me. There we go. There's the gears. There we go. Okay, so yeah, first five gears. So obviously we got each one for each of the rangers that are definitely debuting. How many rangers do you think might be in this show? Do you think, Carolyn?
How many Rangers? I think that they're going to have 6. I reckon they won't break that formula apart from when they have like loads of space ones. I reckon there'll be 6 in total, and then you'll have the what you call it? You'll have the Gold Ranger that was apparently going to be based on Gokaiger.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I mean, kind of hoping they're gonna have like a nice little balance between new like robot rangers and actual people that are gonna be rangers. So
Mm.
yeah, hopefully there's more seasons that are gonna be sort of included. I'm actually, I think someone actually said online once, I can't remember who, unfortunately, but I believe someone did think that we're most likely going to get out of the themes that we've got going. So obviously we've got Gal Ranger, which is animals. We've got Zoo Ranger, which is dinosaurs. We've got the magic essence there. We've got the generic sort of like Super Sentai Ranger as the leader, and then we've also got um, vehicles.
Mm.
A lot of people are thinking that maybe we'll see like a warrior sort of like robot or ranger appear next. So that's what I'm hoping for, just to see a lot more variation with the themes that are sort of occurring. Every single one is going to be sort of like put into one massive category, which is what I imagine the Rangers are sort of representing each of those themes that appear in Super Sentai. So yeah,
I
leave.
just want pirates. Give me pirates. More pirates.
Yeah, anyone are welcome to say what they think will happen in this show in the comments, and we'll definitely read them out. Okay, so for the next one, this is the one thing I'm worried about because I do like a collective gimmick, but at the same time, I don't like a lot of sort of like just push out as many of these items as you can. So having like individual ranges, I'm wondering if that's going to be used in a show, if that's a toy. I'm guessing it's going to be used in a show and it will have different abilities, but it's just a shame it's only represented by the leaders and not given a bit of variation. If you see, catch my drift. So what do you think of that, Erlen?
I'm okay with that if they bring in more people, but because this is an anniversary for Mecca, I kind of want to see more of it. Like, I
Yeah.
would love it if like the final attack was just literally Rangers coming out of a gun or something, and
Yeah.
it's just shooting it. But I want to see more Mecca. Like, if this is the anniversary of the Mecca, then I want to see all of it, at least 44 of them.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be good. I'm wondering how they're going to use them, like if there is different abilities associated with them, or like you said, I actually like the idea of that because where they're gears, obviously gears interlock, so we
Mm.
might see something of that sort of effect later on down in their arsenal. So later along down the line is what I meant to say, but I cut myself off. Okay, so yeah, now we've gone from that to obviously the actual mechas. So obviously from what we've seen so far, it's just the actual Mecha Rangers that are actually, well, that's what I'm going to call them, Mecha Rangers, because they are robots. So we're going from the Robot Rangers. So we got both Zenkai Gaon and Zenkai. I keep forgetting his name. I'm terrible with names, but it just sort of happens. Yeah, Zenkai Juran. There we go. Okay, thank God I got
Don't worry,
notes.
I'm bad with names as well. I just call them number one. It's fine. Just call them that one.
Yes, so we got Juran and Gaon. So they're our first sort of like debuting couple, which probably means that we're going to see Gaon in the next episode, possibly straight after the first
Mm.
episode. I reckon he's going to be the next one because he's such a vital like component to the combination and what's already been out released in stores. So it wouldn't surprise me if actually Gaon's the next one to debut. So hopefully we'll see him soon. So I'm liking the forms though, how they're still having that sort of like Zord essence to it. So it's not just humanoid Zords. It's a kind of a combination between their themes that they represent in as well as the actual Rangers themselves. So I'm looking forward to that.
The only thing that annoys me is just on the red ones, his head's sticking out. I want it to pop up. Like, it should have felt like folded down and gone whoop. I'd be
Oh
like
yeah.
exactly the same as what your counterpart is, not just a really weird thing.
Oh
Just
wait,
looks out of place.
I forgot to see about previously what people's favourites were. Oh, sorry, I should go back to that quickly. Okay, so we got Lila's top three favourites are Gokaiger, Jetman, and Shinkenja. Oh,
Nice choice, and
yeah,
very
those are
nice
good.
choice.
Oh, Jez is saying he loves rewatching. He's currently rewatching You as Soldier. Oh, rewatching, that's a big one. Going through that again. To be honest,
Gotta get that Dino Fury.
I've never left. I feel like I've never left True Soldier because I finished that quite late. So as soon as that finished, straight on to Dino Fury. So it's no different to me. Oh god. But yeah, yeah, it's great to see you here, Jozo, as well. Okay, we've got Larry, got Go Kaiju and Kouja. Oh yeah, that is a good one. Yeah, 10 Rangers, you can't go wrong with how well those are mixed in. Yeah, Jozo also saying he really loves Shu Ranger. That's a good one. Okay, yeah, I think that's everyone announcing their favourites. Okay, I suppose we go on to the next one. Yep. So these are the next two Rangers. We got Zenkai Majin and Zenkai Varun. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm really looking forward to see how these two, how the other three were going to actually appear. But I think it's curious how like they've summed up these different sort of like types of rangers with this one particular color. Like I never expected them to go for a pink as an entire color for Magi Ranger. That off the top of my head, I would have thought like they would have gone for like a green, just following my instincts of what they might have been. But yeah,
Hmm.
I do like the look of Zenkai Magi. I think it's probably one of my most sort of like focused, like my eyes are what going straight towards that particular ranger. So I'm looking forward to what she's going to bring out. What are you hoping to see? What's your favorite of these four so far?
That's the pink one. Like
Yeah,
you know that Japan's gonna milk this as like cutesy robot. So you're gonna see everything in a normal form. Like it's gonna be plastered everywhere, and I'm gonna love every second of it.
yeah.
But yeah, I like the look. I think the dragon's the most interesting, and I think that
Definitely.
they needed to put pink in there because if they didn't, then like someone would be like, "How dare you not put it in?"
I'm definitely looking forward to the to Bokenja's sort of like archetype, which is Zenkai Rune, because I think he looks really sort of like detailed. I think he will look fantastic when he goes into his Zord mode. It's a bit of a much more of a clunkier Zord than most. Well, sorry, I should
Mm,
say like Mech or whichever they're calling them at the moment. So I'll probably find that out. Make note of that next time. But yeah, I am looking forward to what Zenkai Rune is going to be like in the actual show because I do like the sort of like machines they had in Bokenja. It's just a case of like it's hard to choose one particular Zord out of those lot and then just focus on that as being the archetype for the and that represents the entire series. So
mm.
yeah, I mean there's a lot of different sort of like Zords that sort of appear in all these shows. So it does seem like they've gone for the most renown in each of these series. So yeah,
Yeah, I think they chose like as you said, like the most renowned, but I think like as well as the main favorite ones because obviously like there's only been one magic based Sentai. So you
yeah.
kind of think like, why was that one of such a good one? Was Magi Ranger really like decent? Like I never watched Bokanger either, so for
All right,
me it's
yeah.
more like, is that a good one? Is like was that a really popular one? Or maybe they chose ones that fell on certain anniversary years as well. We've had previous ones with like other team ups, so maybe it was like, well, Magi Ranger, Bokanger, and then obviously you've got to throw in Jude Ranger for the MMPR fandom over in the Power Range community.
Yeah, I definitely say that these two, Magi Ranger and Bokenja, are sort of like fan favorites to a degree. Especially
Mm.
the Power Ranger counterparts. Like, there's a lot of people that always remember those two seasons. So I imagine that's fairly the same for Super Sentai as well. So let's have a look at the mechas now when they're combined. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how these come out because it's going to be a different dynamic when you see them combined. And I like how you can mix them as well. So
Mm.
hopefully we're going to see something of like a different cross of use of these Megazords, and hopefully actually see them both in action at the same time, I think that would be the most interesting thing to see in the coming episodes. Don't you think?
Mm. I think it will. Like I can see people trying to like get different combinations already. And to be fair, there's only what maybe like four you can have.
Yeah, yeah,
So, but what the one thing I want to see the most is when they have all of them. Like you when they do the ultra mega ultra cluster of
yeah,
a
yeah.
Megazord.
I haven't
Um,
actually got the image set ready, but I do have seen that someone online on YouTube has recently sort of like shown there is a way that they actually combine them in such a way where they become each Zord becomes an arm and a leg. So I
oh,
think there is definitely a massive combination coming, but it just makes you wonder what's going to be in that center. So
mm,
yeah, hopefully we'll see it soon, but it's going to be a while before we find it out. But yeah, before we move on to anything else, and in chat, would you tell us which character you're looking forward to seeing? Because I'm wondering what Zenkaiser actually is going to do. Because Kaito looks like a really sort of like important character in this show. Because where he's the only human, it makes you wonder if how much of a role he's going to have. But without being actually in with his own Zord and the other the robot buddies becoming Zord, it's going to be curious to see what happens in the next few episodes and coming up to like the debut. Obviously, we're just gonna have to wait and see.
I think he's just going to stand on a building and go, 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 go! You can do it! And
Yeah,
then like everyone looks at him, going like, "What? What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm trying to give you, like, cheer you up, go!" And then like be like, "Friendship is power."
yeah. I reckon he might actually pilot them. To be honest, I think he's gonna sort of be like an assist.
Mm,
Yeah, wondering whether or not he actually will be a vital part of this is unclear. But considering the use of the weapons, the actual morpher, I reckon he's the one that probably initiates the combination and has to pilot to help them access different powers. So, yeah, only time will tell whether I'm right or not. But yeah, it's going to be one hell of a season straight off the bat, I imagine.
if he goes inside them, I want at least the next episode, or when they come down from the battle and go, "You're in our heads. Stop it. That's really weird." Like if they don't make any reference to that, I'm going to be like, "Really? Is this the season that we want?" They
Yeah,
don't reference little silly things like that.
yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Oh, Joe's in the chat. Welcome,
Yeah,
Joe. Oh, I'm oddly
he goes,
excited about this show, but it can take a wrong turn really easily. I'm all for something different though. Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be something different, and it's going to be a commemorative show, that's for certain too. So
"Mhm,
yeah, there's ways it could go wrong. Like I never really liked how in Lupin versus Pato Ranger, they had the sort of issue where it started out well, it seemed very balanced, but then all their attention seemed to be focused on the Lupin Ranger. Part of me does wonder if that's halfway through production they decided, or actually people seem to be loving Lupin a lot more, we might as well just give it all to them. But yeah,
mm,
I didn't like that imbalance near the end. I thought that was a bit off. But hopefully we'll see a lot more, a lot more variation in this show, and hopefully it will end up being one of the most memorable seasons as well as Go Kaija. I mean, it's 25th anniversary. You got to think it's going to be something huge. You're not going to dabble a little too much on overcomplicating it too. So, what do you think, Ellen?
yeah." I don't think that overcomplicates it because I think you have your set team. So the fact is that you'll bring more of them in over time. Like say if there's only going to be six, I think it's just going to kind of focus. I would love it if they shifted towards the villain side a tiny bit, just to go, hey, you've got a bad guy coming up. Let's talk about this. Let's show this. And then I don't know because they've made the was it the you have like the Navi type bird, so they've made an
Yeah,
evil version of it. So I really can't wait to see how they're going to do that one.
yeah, yeah,
So I think that's gonna be fun because I really like Lupin versus Pattern. I agree. I reckon that they went, everyone loves these guys more. Let's just make it all about them.
yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, let's move on to the actual 44 seasons that were before this one. So let's have a nice little chat about those. So we've got a lot of Mecca.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Oh
representation right
yes.
there. I do feel kind of concerned because obviously these are the main ones, but will they actually go back to the Sixth Ranger mechas or even the extra ones? It does make you curious whether or not the
Mm,
Sixth Rangers are going to be highlighted at all in this show. So I think that's one pause for concern because even in Gokaiger, the Sixth Ranger had the keys of the previous extra Rangers and Sixth Rangers, so it does make you
Mm,
curious on whether they're going to do the same thing as Zenkaiger. So quickly in the chat though, let's find out exactly which everyone's favorite mecha is, because I think that's the most curious thing about all of these mechas is that everyone's got a favorite. Everyone loves certain designs. Everyone's like certain themes. There's definitely a lot of different variations in color going on here. So it does make you wonder whether or not anyone actually enjoys anything before pre Zoo Ranger as well, because
mm,
obviously the older we go, the further we go back, the sort of more simplistic the designs generally become. I mean, even the
mm.
first two, they're not even Zords really. So I really hope to see them become like, be able to go from mech to mecha and have their own sort of like representation in the form of a fully fledged convertible Megazord. So that should be
Yeah.
fun.
You can definitely tell it was like the third year because obviously Spider-Man came along and was just like, "Hey, here's Leopold. Here's our giant Spider-Man," and literally it was just like, "Oh, everyone's like, wow, we love this." So they just jumped straight in. What the third year?
Yeah.
But I will make a complaint that I need to email Bandai and be like, "Oi, where's the Ninja Zord? I don't care for the Shogun Zord. Where's my Ninja Zord? He's the best looking one out of the entire lot."
Yeah, definitely. I do think as well, you're right about the Spider-Man. It's a bit odd when you think about it to think that we've got something that was essentially just the Japanese show being influenced by an American show and then later on getting sort of like, you know, adapted to an American show. So it's weird you never really hear that sort of thing where
Mm,
one thing influences another and then something brand new comes from that influence. So yeah, so
mm.
I think that's something quite unique to Power Rangers, or that could well Super Sentai and Power Rangers. So I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'd be really curious. Uh, so yeah, I'm wondering what everyone's favourites are. But let's go on to yours first, Liam, because I think hang on, there we got we got the four debuting ones there. Bokenja. One thing I've noticed actually, you take a look at all of these mecha. One thing that's definitely clear is they've definitely chosen the ones that have the most balance in them. Like you see
Mm,
like a part of every single Ranger's Zords in these mecha. So yeah, I mean, it makes you wonder if that's what they're going to be focusing on for each of the new Rangers that come out. So we might see something like Deca Ranger being represented because that is one sort of like really essentially well distributed like
mm.
color match. You got each ranger being represented nicely on that. So yeah, which one out of these four do you like the most?
Oh, that's a hard choice. But if we get O Ranger, I like O Ranger, but to be fair, more aesthetically pleasing. I really like the Lupin one.
Oh yeah, we
The
got
I can't remember the name of it.
yeah we got
Um,
oh we got Lupin Kaiser. Yeah, I remember you saying we had
that's
this
it.
discussion before. So yeah, these are your. I remember you saying these are your favorites. So we got those visually represented. I do think you're right
Mm,
about the Ninja Megazord, or Japanese counterpart for it. Is a very nice balanced sword, and it's weird to think that they didn't actually have that as the primary like mecha for that season. So it's curious to see when they start using different mechas as like the centerpiece, and then even something that's even more visually appealing is the next mecha. So yeah,
mm,
it does make you wonder how they sort of like plan that. I remember actually when I was younger, when I was first seeing like O Ranger slash Power Ranger Zeo, I thought the Super Zeo Zords are actually the main mecha because where it so matched their appearance
mm.
perfectly, I didn't actually know the swords that you see here were actually like the main Zords featured in that show. So that was quite a shock to me as a kid. I mean, to be fair, I think I was only like four or five.
You're younger than me. Damn, I feel old in my choices of Megazords.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how we get episodes in this country because obviously I remember Mighty Morphin and the episodes of that coming out, and then Zeo. I actually almost missed Zeo. I think I never really saw that as a kid. I wasn't into
Mm,
it a bit later. And then Turbo. That one's the one I remember most. And then from that point on, I've got strong memories of Power Rangers. But it's weird to think that Mighty Morphin came out like a month or so before I was born, and yet I remember these episodes so clearly in my mind.
That's
Like
what you call
yeah.
Netflix.
Oh no, I'm talking about when I was like, I don't know, like 4, 5, 6. Like I don't know how it worked back in Power Rangers for UK TV, but I do think that was the most impressive thing, that they probably had it repeat a lot and a lot,
Mm.
and I was glued to it.
Same here.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Okay, so
Loved it as a child.
yeah. Okay, so out of these four, which one would you say is your favorite?
Out of the four. Okay. It's got to be Ninja. Ninja is the best looking one. It's the face. The face looks like a proper robot, and I
Yeah.
think that's what I generally like. If I'm gonna go for a favorite Megazord or a whatever you're gonna call it, like the Sentai counterpart, I love robot faces. So
Yeah.
naughty for choosing the ones that I all like, but Ninja all the way. Ninja is damn sexy.
Yeah, it's definitely some a good specimens right there. Okay, moving on to my favourites. I've got like a different matchup here. So, uh,
Mm,
the Mecha from Mask Man of all things. I've never seen that season. I haven't seen any episodes of it, but I have seen video clips of different aspects from that show. And not only do I love the helmet designs and the suit designs, I thought they're fantastic. Morphin Sick was a little something to be desired, but
mm,
the mecha itself, I love the whole gimmick of how they combine together, where you got like the jet and you got the helicopter, and those cockpits actually go into the part to form the shoulders. So yes, a little sort of like technical elements like that I really do love in a Megazord or Mecha. So
mm.
yeah, and then obviously we got the rest of them. Got the Lost Galaxy Megazord there, or uh, Gingaman. You got Car Ranger, which although was a sort of like parody, not really parody season, but more of a light-hearted season, I do think that was probably one of the best sort of like vehicle mechas we've seen in Super
Mm.
Sentai. And then obviously you've got the um, Megaforce, also known as in our case, it's Goseiger. So their main mecha, which I really love, Gosei Grey. It's just everything's there. You know, each of the rangers is
Mm.
fairly represented in this mecha, and it's like it's got great gimmicks. It's got a massive sword. All these swords are like something. They've got something great quality about them, and they each represent different themes, which is
Mm.
why I also highlighted them. Okay, let's see what we've got in chat. So, Ellen, would you like to do the honors of seeing what our viewers
Well,
like as their favorite mecha?
the favorite mecha, we're going to go back. So let me have a look. I think Blackwing goes all of them, or that could be one before. Hang on. Not many people putting down their favorite ones. Let me go all the way back just to be on the safe side.
It might be a little
Uh,
further forward.
I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find them. Uh, I don't think many people have put down their favorite ones.
Oh, surprising. Don't worry. I
Um,
think, yeah, I think
oh,
Blackwing's definitely stated his favorites though.
yeah, Blackwing says, I like the Daiboken, Jet Icarus, Gaio King, Deca Robo. And I generally thought that said the Karen O. I was like, why is there a Karen Zord? The Courier on.
Oh,
And
Cureno.
that's it.
Yeah, Cureno's a
Yeah.
really good one. I actually forgot about that one. That's a good one, Blackwing.
Yeah. And he's also said, Go say great is great and a simple looking mecha. I never liked it. It just looks like Donald Duck.
There is some good mechas amongst those. Okay,
Mm.
so I think now I need to do an image hunt now because I did have these in order, but this thing doesn't like me. Right. Okay. Yeah, I think you should go on to possibly our least favorite ones. Mine is definitely got to be the one from Turbo Ranger, because when characters are not exactly liked as much or planned out
Mm.
to be as good compared to the others, when you have two of the main Zords at the very bottom, like almost like 5% of the actual combined mecha. I always thought that was a bit harsh when they had just yellow and blue Zords at the bottom and they were just feet. Like, how
Mm.
underappreciated could you possibly be if you're just feet?
Yeah, just
But yeah.
yeah. Someone's literally just. We've got so much weight. Open the sunroof.
Yeah, I do love this one as well, which is the biggest shame because they do have great Zords. Like I don't think I've seen a proper nice look. Obviously, other than Go Onja, I haven't seen an actual what do you call it, like a truck sort of like
Mm.
mecha that as you see in this one. So I think it is a bit of a shame that they have these nice looking like diverse Zords or mechs, and yeah, they have this sort of like terribly combined mecha as a result of it. So it's a real shame. So thankfully, there's not many of this. A lot of the Super Sentai mechas, especially from Zero Ranger onwards, are perfectly balanced. I do think it's kind of curious where they have certain mechas though, where they're just one body and it just easily unfolds. Like
Mm.
I think the only time I've ever remember seeing anything of that is just like Power Rangers in Space, which I forget the name of. Oh man, this is gonna kill me now.
Power Rangers in Space, the Astro Megazord.
Yeah, Astro Megazord. I'm just trying to think of the Super Sentai counterpart because everyone. Oh, I'm gonna have to research that one later. Jeez, that's gonna haunt me, that one.
It was
Oh, Mega
Mega.
Ranger. There we go. Oh, that hurt. I'm pretty sure there's some people crying right now.
That's
But yeah,
uh,
I think that's the only time I've seen like the star in Mecca being a full sort of like just all in one. So I think that's the last time we've seen it. I could be wrong. If anyone does want to correct me, you're welcome to in the chat. However, that was probably one of the most impressive sort of like last full Zords in one package sort of thing.
yeah.
So
I don't think
I
there's
do
any.
like that
So
Mecha.
even looking at it, I don't see any ones that would be like separate. So yeah, I think it was that was the last time. But then I've not really watched a lot of Sentai before, so I'm guessing that's the only one in my head.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back to what everyone else is saying in chat. So okay, so Black Queen saying go say great, it's great and simple looking mech. Yep. Do.
Kamen Rider 64. My favorite is the Engine O,
Oh yeah.
followed yeah, followed by Blackwing going, "Lol, what? How did you get Donald Duck from the Gosei Great?"
That is a good question.
Well, you see, Blackwing, that image before. I just briefly looked at it and I saw, because it's such a small photo. When I saw his thing here, when it's arched ready to attack, I just saw Donald Duck's face. It screamed Quackers to me, and I was just like, "There we go. I see Donald Duck in it."
Yeah.
I can't help what my eyes see.
Oh, okay, we got Psychos. Well, I'm just going to say O's because I like being Japanese about this. 2711. Turbo Robo isn't bad in motion and holds his sword like Kylie's Green. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good thing about him. Um, but yeah, I just didn't like the combination. That's the only thing like this could have been an impressive mecha. I just don't like what they did to blue and yellow. Like it might have great battle features. I just think, if you're going to represent someone, you're going to represent the team as a whole fairly. I think it should show that in the mecha itself. But
Mm.
it is a good mecha. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's just visually, it just seems unfair. Okay, so now we go back to the actual Zenkaiger. So, what ranges are you hoping to see appear in this show, Erilyn?
Well, we've seen all the Red Rangers so far. So if it's not in the film, then I really want to see Gokai Red, as well as I want to see Rangers that aren't used that much. So maybe Kaku Ranger or something like that.
Yeah.
I just have them just like windmill in or something like that. Maybe Go Buster Yellow. Just throw a non-primary, well, a random one. So yeah, that's what I'd say. Goku Red and then Go Buster Yellow. How about you?
Oh God, I've got well, obviously the my personal favourites. I would love to see a Tokyuja appear. That's just me. I love Tokyuja that much. Um, but as for like actual recurring characters, definitely one of either a Q Ranger or possibly a Gingaman appearing. But I think my sort of like favorite characters have got to be sort of in between, sort of like Gingaman and Gokaiger, because they have quite like good characters in that grouping.
Mm.
But yeah, I think Ninja would be a good one, but that's only if they sort of focus on the warrior essence uh, in terms of like the theme. If they have a range of uh, like selected for that. But obviously, Roof Soldier's a good one, but I think with Zenkai, Zenkai Red, as I like to call him, because I can never remember his name. I think yeah, with Zenkai Duran, I think where that dinosaur theme is pretty much covered, I'm hoping
Mm.
to see like the other rangers in different themes sort of get a little bit more of a spotlight. So yeah, it would be great to see if anyone in chat actually has a preference on which characters they'd like to see. I'm hoping
Yep.
for some surprise ones though, because um, I think Sixth Rangers might not be as likely, but I'm hoping I'm wrong, just because of
Mm.
the fact that where we have like the main mechas for each series being the primary, it does make you wonder if they're actually going to use any of the other mechas from other seasons. Because when you think about it, there's a lot more mechas than you realize. Almost definitely not as many as Rangers, but definitely a lot of a library to sort of comb through. So
Mm.
hopefully each one would get represented in some way, whether that be a weapon or some sort of power up. Who knows? Who knows? So
I would quite like a Kamen Rider, a random Kamen Rider, just to hop on in just one episode, and then they go like, "But you look just like us, Senkai," and he's like, "But I'm a ranger." Like, but you look so much like this guy, and it's just like,
yeah, yeah. I think the one person I would be surprised to see in this entire thing is probably the Aka Red, because obviously he appeared as I think was it the 10th anniversary or 15th?
he's
But
appeared, he's appeared a few times. I mean,
yeah,
I'll look him up.
obviously we've
Uh,
seen him a lot more probably in Gokaiger, where he's part of the Red Pirates, I believe they were called, with Captain Marvelous. But yeah, I would be surprised if he does make an appearance, but it does make sense if he does, considering this is a 45th anniversary. So I guess we'll just
yeah.
have to wait and see.
Well, he was
Okay.
in 30, 35, and 40.
Oh.
Uh,
So yeah,
I,
it's definitely not as
I,
often. I think he did appear before that, but yeah, I can't recall. Um, okay, let's have a look. So other people are saying their favourites. Uh, Mike Knight Hero, my favorite Daijujin. Time Robo Beta Mode. Oh, Beta Mode. I'm not expecting that. Most people like the Alpha Mode, or uh, Time Force Megazord Mode Red. I believe is the Power Rangers counterpart. But I'm surprised that you've gone for Beta Mode. That was Mode Blue. Okay, Live Robo. Oh yeah, Live Robo was quite good actually. That was probably one of the early sort of like nice looking you know, animal based mechas. Okay. What about people's favorite rangers they're hoping to see? Psycho would like to see Magi Yellow, Beep. Oh, you know what? I actually loved Beep Buster way more than I liked Magi Yellow, just
really?
because his character seemed to come out a bit more. And I love the sort of like banter between Beat Buster and Stag Buster. So yeah, I would love for Beat Buster to be in that. Yeah, that'd be great. Someone from Time Ranger, hopefully Red. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Hurricane, just Six Rangers in kind. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's not probably yeah. Um, maybe.
And
Sorry,
then,
just catching up.
yeah, and Mike goes, Zenkanger, I hope he gets his own mecha, maybe like a Falcon sword. That'd be kind of cool, like the middle one to combine. I think that'd be kind of cool, like an animal spirit type thing, and the others just like click onto him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think we've just got to figure out now which colours they're gonna appear next, because obviously we've got some already represented, unless they go for like variation of colours, like they did in Kyoryuja with the cyan, which was the aqua, or maybe they go for sort of like grey. Who knows? But so far we know
Oh,
we've got white being demonstrated with these multicolours, so we can probably cancel out white, red,
yeah.
blue, yellow, and pink. So that leaves green. We got we could have purple coming up. We could have a silver and gold as a sixth ranger. You never know. I reckon gold would make sense, like you said about Gokaiger, because gold seems fitting for a pirate-esque theme.
Mm.
So yeah, that'll be a good one. What do you think? What do you think we might see an appearance of in terms of new rangers?
Gold.
Yeah, it's gold.
Gold. Well, they've already said that from the toys and stuff like that, that the Gold Ranger, that's the reason why he's got the Gokai element.
Yeah.
So he's popping in at some point. I reckon you'll probably see him probably 16th episode or something like that. If we're having another color, I think I'd like to see a color that's not been used before.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think of colors off the top of my head. That's not how you spell colors. That's how you spell volcanoes. Don't know why I was doing that. I would kind of like to see maybe. I don't know what all the colors. Maybe a burgundy red.
Burgundy. Oh,
Burgundy
yeah.
red. Or maybe a duck egg blue. Just duck egg blue. That's all I want to see.
Yeah. Those colors would sound great to me. Okay, so I think the only other thing we need to sort of like talk about is what the mechs might be, because one thing that's always sort of apparent is there is a gimmick. So whether or not we're gonna have all the mechas in the same form as the other four are gonna be, or whether or not we're gonna have some extra mechas, the ones that are gonna boost up their arsenal, would be interesting to see. But that would make sense considering each theme work probably has some kind of speciality. So I'm hoping to see
Mm,
that. Oh, yep. Sorry, yeah. Mike Knight here. I've just seen that come straight on. Black Sixth Ranger. I forgot about Black. That would be good.
that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
See, I have a feeling when it comes to the mecha using other powers, I think that it won't be all. I reckon they'll do what they did with Gokaiger, where some elements became stuff when they used the Magi Dragon. That was in one, But when they used, like, say, I don't know, was it Deca Ranger, where they used the guns, where the car turned into the guns, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that you'll have, like, I reckon it'll be something like the main ones they'll use, which would be, I reckon they'll have Jungle Fury or I'm just going to call them range names. So Jungle Fury will have one. I think
Yeah.
Goanja will have one.
Yeah.
And Lupin versus Pata Ranger will have one where they actually have elements of their Zords on. So maybe like the arms disappear and then they become like the Zords of old. But then when you have like ninjas and stuff, they'll use the weapons. So like ball and chain or something that will resemble them. I think that will pop up some
Yeah.
point.
I definitely think you're right about Geki Ranger might be represented, which further sort of like adds to the whole sort of concept of warriors being used in the next Rangers. But
Mm.
yeah, I think Geki Ranger is a bit unlikely simply because
Yeah.
out of all of the warrior themes, that one has already got a essence with Gal Ranger, so that might be
Mm.
represented that way. So yeah, I think stuff like Dire Ranger and perhaps maybe Deca Ranger and stuff like that are more likely to be the next Rangers, much like Gokaiger, because they have these unique sort of like uh, original themes that all the others don't seem to be as synchronized with. So I think Mega Ranger would be the most interesting one actually, because although for us it was Power Rangers in Space, which was a space Ranger team, that would probably be more like rather Q Ranger rather than Mega Ranger, since that was more like virtual reality, I believe, for them. So that's
Mm.
definitely a different theme than most would see. Um, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do for that. I wonder if anyone else has got any sort of like guesses of what we might see. I'd be curious to see if anyone figures out anything. But I think when you said about like extra arsenal and stuff, I haven't really seen the Zords properly, so I couldn't say for certain whether or not it'll be possible. But it does seem there's a lot of pegs that could easily be used for different like additional transformations, because obviously you've got those slider functions at the back for the wings that
Mm.
Zenkai Imagine has as part of her mecha, and then obviously you've got the clips at the bottom at the legs where Zenkai Vroom has his like wheels attached to. So there is a possibility for different combinations. We'll just have to wait and see.
Mm. I think what would be a really cool thing, and I don't know if they do it, but like, can you imagine like the finisher? So they put the gears in, and they just get the sword,
Yeah.
if they had a sword, of that thing, and that was the finisher. And it's just like as you saw like the slash down, you saw literally the mecha also doing that action, and it was just that's it. And it's like yeah, but when it comes to Torcuja, ooh, that's going to be a different thing.
Yeah. One of my favorite seasons, but least likely to appear.
Yeah, but I think a sword finisher, if all of them, if they had swords, because I know obviously Geki Ranger didn't. But I think like that would be a really cool way to kind of end it, just like that whole slash type thing.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I think that would be cool as well. So yeah, I'm just wondering in chat what everyone's hoping to see in terms of who's going to be represented in the like next lot of Rangers that might appear. So who do you think might be the most likely season to appear to have someone represent them in terms of a Ranger or a Robot Ranger? What do you think?
I think if you're going to go robots, it'll be the most popular ones they've done. So I think you're probably going to see. I don't know because like Sentai's never really popularized one particular thing that I know of. So, like, if this was roles reversed and this was a Power Ranger season, I can definitely see my morphing coming into it all the time. But I think that you'll probably see stuff that again's popular. So, if anyone knows in the chat which Sentai was the most popular in the entire thing, I think that's probably the more to it. So I would probably it'd be I'm guessing from looking all of it, Machine Mecha. So I'm guessing it would be Deca Ranger. That would probably pop in a lot more, and maybe Time Ranger.
Oh yeah, that would be a good one actually. Futuristic theme, yeah. Yeah,
Mm,
I think Warrior is more likely, so I'm gonna say just off the bat, possibly either Die Ranger or maybe Ninja,
mm,
because those ones stand out the most to me because they're quite mixed in terms of essence. But yeah, we mustn't forget like pre-Ranger, pre Mighty Morphin seasons as well. So it does make you wonder if those are
mm,
going to be represented. But I think it's safe to say the more balanced the mecha, the more likely it's going to get shown and
mm.
represented. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a
So
yeah.
I was gonna say. So Mike Knight Hero says Shinkanger, Deca Ranger, Gokaija for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, I think yeah, Deca Ranger's definitely going to be a good one. Oh, so, yeah, Shinkenja, of course. That would be a really
Mm,
good one. Bit difficult considering that the lion motif is already being used by Zenkai Gown, but yeah, I could see that happening. Deca Ranger's definitely a strong contender because that's like police theme, so definitely that's likely, and it is kind of under the warrior esque, so
mm.
yeah, that might be a good one. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. So all we just got to wait for now. Next season coming
It's
up.
just the episodes.
Yeah, yeah, I can't wait for that first episode. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Don't know about the movie yet. I don't know what we're going to possibly see in that, but I think that's probably going to be like five episodes in. You'll probably have the movie be part of the timeline. So yeah, I don't think we're
Mm.
going to be missing much
Isn't
of that.
isn't the film out first before it?
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm all
Yeah.
considering how the first episode's got only two debuting, and the movie has all five of them, it does make
Ah.
sense if they do have it later on in the timeline. They just happen to release it
Mm,
alongside everything else. Because remember, you've also got Rue Soldier and Lupin Patel being added into that as well for the movies being released. So yeah, I only have to
ah.
probably will be a
So,
sort of like later timeline sort of movie. Um,
mm. Joe goes, dumb question, but Jetman has to be in this, right? I reckon Jetman will be in it.
yeah,
I've not seen much of Jetman. I'm just having a look at the mecha for him.
Mike Knight Hero might
Um,
be. Yeah, Mike Knight Hero also mentioned Jetman. I think that actually could be a strong contender considering it's like an air vehicle. It's probably the only season that's ever focused on such a theme as that. So yeah, I think both Mike Knight and Joe are probably right about that. That is a good strong contender for being represented in
mm.
Zenkaiger as we go forward. So yeah, that'll be a good one.
do, do you know what I kind of want? I want a massive curveball. This will never ever happen.
Oh.
but I want Leopold to come in and be like, "I am the daddy of all you mecha." I would love it if he was in it with just Spider-Man on top of it, rocking it randomly, or at least some sort of reference, like maybe you're in the Zenkaiger's bedroom, he's looking for all the stuff. And there's just Leopold.
Yeah.
I want that to happen more than anything.
Yeah, I think that would be a good one. The only thing I'm worried about is where anything that's before Maskman and maybe Liveman and stuff like that. Those series don't really have a mecha that's so focused on their theme. Like even Sun
Mhm.
Vulcan, them I don't think their mecha really represents their team as well because obviously it's Vol Eagle, Vol Shark, Vol Panther, but I don't remember their mecha actually looking and representing their particular rangers. So it would be
Mm.
interesting if those actually get used in any way. But that's where I think like the ranger gear and the extra weapons may come into effect. So they'll have like a weapon that represents them rather than a actual mecha, because that's not exactly the same thing.
Thing is, you could have like they join onto the back, so become like wings or something. So if they need to fly up, you'd be like, okay, let's use Go Ranger, and it just attaches to the back, or like it comes through its portal or whatever, and then kind of mutates into the part where it sticks on the back forever. I think that if that's probably the way that they could get around it, but they could probably just use one, and I think that's roughly it. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we got Mike Knight Hero saying about Five Man, Change Man, Flash Man. Yeah, they've got great vehicle mecha, but I do think I'm just guessing. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. But I believe they're probably using Zenkai Rune as probably the archetype for all
mm,
vehicle-based Sentai. So I reckon that's what they're sort of sticking to. But anything's a go at this point. Anything could possibly happen. We could have representation for certain seasons over others. Like we might even see Rue Soldier or even uh, Dino Thunder's counterpart. Aber Ranger might even be included in that because obviously Sixth
mm.
Ranger wise, that's quite a popular season. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I think. Yeah, we'll just have to pray and hope everything's going to be represented, and we're going to get a lot of awesome things to come. So
Yep.
yeah,
The toys, the toys.
as soon as it's possible, I'm going to try and grab that changer. Yeah, but yeah, funny enough thing about that changer actually, when I first remember seeing it, I knew exactly where it was going to go. The gear was going to go on the top, but I second guessed myself. There was a point where I thought that handle that they had to turn, I thought it was going to go
Yeah.
there, and I was like, oh, it could do, because I remember seeing the logo on the back. So yeah, but yeah, it turned out my first guess was correct. I shouldn't have second guessed myself.
Always at the top, people like gear in, and then like crank the handle. It's a better, at least like in the toy one. It's a joke. If you do it so many times, it goes like, was it that nursery rhyme? Bang.
Yeah, I do. I have seen the videos for the change sequence though. I think it's quite sort of. It's got like a bit of movement to it. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have to check it out. I haven't seen it yet.
So Ellen, where can we find you on social media? I think it's about time we could wrap up.
Yeah, you can find me on the old YouTubes at LM. You can find me on the Twitter, which is at Mainstream Live. God damn that person that told my username. And Twitch, as in LM as well. You can find me playing video games.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
What about you?
I don't have much of a presence yet because I haven't got much
Yes.
content created yet. I'm only more of a planner at this point. However, you can follow me on Twitter at Henshin Asset. So I'll definitely posting often on there, and most likely going to be trying to see if anything new pops up through that too. And yeah, that's probably the only thing you can find me on, and Instagram as well, Henshin Asset as well. So anything I like to randomly post picture wise, you could probably find it on there. So yeah, thank you all for joining us for this, first beginning debut for Sentai Wrap Up. I can't wait to see
Yeah.
that first episode, and I can't wait to find out what you'll think of it. So yeah, say bye, Ellen.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See you next time.
See you soon.